Right, let's get another session in. So we're gonna start the timer, a new lap, it's a new session. And yeah, last time we painfully fixed the MCP server, the MCP functionality, and we created the recommended database schema on the Supabase client, Supabase project. Alright, so let's go ahead with the authentication and let's fix the issues that we got. Apple ID verification, enter the password. Okay, do I have to do this all the time? Where is our terminal? There it is. So let's refresh the app and let's try signing in. Continue with password every goddamn time. Sign in failed. Yeah. So we got an error creating user, new row violates row level security policy. So let's give it to Claude. Every time I try to sign in, it gives me this error. So I found a way to erase inside word by word. So when using Control W, it erases. The problem is Control is my push to talk whisper shortcut. So we need to modify that. Yeah, so instead of Control, for push to talk, let's use I need to use a rarely used key, so maybe this one. This one's not space. Oh, escape maybe. No. Cannot contain alphanumeric. I'll try tab. Yeah, let's see how this works. Alright. The issue was that insert policy was too restrictive during the user creation. Okay, so it already knew how to use the MCP. I hope you guys are seeing this. Yeah, it used the MCP server to change the policy. So it removed the insert policy. Cool, let's try it again. I'll refresh the app. I'll sign in. I'll put my password in. Sign in failed. Error creating user. Exactly the same error. Okay. Still not working. You're using the non key instead of the service key role in your backend. The user creation is happening before authentication. Right. The app is using the non key to create users, but there's no authenticated user session when creating a new user. During initial sign up with Apple, there's no Supabase Auth session. Since you're using Apple Sign In, not Supabase Auth, we need to modify our approach. Let me update the RLS policies to work with your authentication flow. I've disabled RLS on the users table. That doesn't seem too secure. Supabase doesn't have a session. Security is handled at the application level. I'm fine with that. For better security in production, you might want to use a backend service with the service role key, or integrate Apple Sign In with Supabase. How do I integrate Apple Sign In with Supabase Auth? That seems like a more robust. I'm drinking AG1 right here. This green disgusting stuff really gives me energy and fixes my digestion issues, let's say. In the meantime, now I'll leave codecs for later. I'll also like to remove the API key functionality. I changed my mind. I don't want the user to provide the API key. I can use my own for now. So maybe we'll delete all of this. We have a Cloud Code button in here, so we can start a new session. And we don't need this one. So I changed my mind. Let's remove the API key insert functionality. We'll just use our own API key. We don't need to ask the user for one. I think this could work in parallel. So now we're working with two instances of Cloud Code. Do you want to create Auth service, new TS? Don't like the naming, but yeah, yes. Supabase create client. I've used the authentication service from Supabase before, but only email plus password combo. Right now we're gonna try with Apple Sign In. Let's see what Cloud Code has in mind. Crypto dependency. What? Expo Crypto. This is for securing keys, right? ID disconnected. Interesting. Is it disconnected because I have this other cloud code instance here? Apple sign-in setup. So it's pretty verbose. Nobody's reading all these readmes, but yeah, I guess it's good to have. I'll update the app to remove API key functionality and use a built-in API key instead. Remove API key screen, yeah. Remove from settings screen, right. Update Auth flow to skip API key check, yeah. Do you want me to make this edit in index.txt? That's a nice touch. It's showing me the change. Yeah, we don't need to check for API keys. I successfully created all the necessary tables with proper schema. New authentication services that integrate Apple sign-in with Supabase Auth provided setup instruction. Added Auth ID column in users table to link with Supabase Auth. Let's see the changes. So I know it's full screen and we don't need this tab, but it's really sunny here. I want this moved here. Cool. Okay, so yeah, this is the change for removing the API key. What else? Login. Actually, let's close this one for now. Don't turn it on the process. I'll keep it on actually, but let's make it smaller because I need a space to read up on files. Right. So get current user. This is about the Gemini key functionality. In settings is the same API key. Auth service, yeah, this is what I'm interested in. So it creates a client. Sign in with Apple. Notes. Hashed notes. Credential. Apple authentication sign in async. Right. Sign in with Supabase using the ID token. So I get the token. I specify the provider and I go ahead and use Supabase Auth. Sign in with ID token. Check if user profile exists in our user table. Auth ID. Now, if it doesn't exist, go ahead and create it. Full name. Right. Then we remember it locally. Fine with that. Yeah, has Gemini key. We're not using this anymore. This one's still going strong. Oh yeah, remove. Let's run the lint. seems fine. What else? Removing this one, remote service. So, do I really need the old Auth service, or can we delete it? Gemini service. This should be deleted completely. The PDF part, or oh, this is the PDF authentication, PDF handling. Do not read. Yeah, let's leave it on for now. Storage service. Again, Supabase server is new. Remove API key TSX. Yeah, sure. Why do you keep old obsolete files like Auth service, since we have a new version like Auth service new TS? Alright, this one is still going strong. It's correcting all my TypeScript errors all over the app. I don't mind that. And this one, I'm gonna ask him why did he choose to keep the old files in. All done. I successfully removed the API key insert functionality from the app. Yes, you're absolutely right. I kept the new TS files to allow for comparison and easy rollback. Yep. Wait, it removed the new files. Sign in with Apple. No, this is the old implementation. Is the other. I think it's the other way around. We need to keep the new TS files and delete the old ones. Yes, so you really need to keep an eye on it when doing refactorings. That's not what it's best at. Cloud Code and all LLMs for that matter are best when starting new work. That's kind of similar with the human programmers, right? Nobody likes refactoring. I'll close the other cloud session for now. don't need the Gemini API key functionality anymore. I think they can. No, I should keep the setup file. It's escape. Let me make sure he sees my new message. So didn't actually make the changes. Yeah, it's using the new Auth strategy that was there earlier. Alright, so let's try it out, I guess. Perfect. Let's refresh it. Let's try signing in. Sign in failed. Supabase Auth error. It's not enabled. I think that's a settings issue that I need to open the project in Xcode. Error creating user. Error creating user. No, these are all issues. Let's fit this one. Go to Supabase, enable Apple provider. Interesting. Right. Come on. Alright, so it says go to Supabase dashboard, find Apple in the providers list. So I guess authentication. Yep. Provider. Apple. Save. No users. Alright. Find Apple in your list and toggle it on. So maybe in settings or something. Project settings. Start API keys database authentication. Right. Providers. Oh, I don't see any providers. Right, sign in and provider, Supabase Auth. Allow new user to sign up. Right, and I'll go to Apple and I'll enable it. Comma separate list allowed Apple app. What? iOS. secret key. Do I really need this? You need to configure it with your Apple developer credentials. You need service ID, team ID, key ID, private key. Yes, so I guess signing in with Apple is not that easy, is it? Let's pause the video for now. Where are we at? 2 hours and 20. Stop. Right. Let's get back to it. A new session. So last time we made some changes to the sign-in flow, but I think it still doesn't work. Let's try it out. Sign-in failed. Too many screens defined. It says Supabase provider. It's not active, but I remember I already activated it. So if we go to authentication and project settings, maybe integrations, no, where is it? Providers. So we got email enabled. Oh, I need to provide some data, right? Comma separated lib. Yeah. Let's try and use all right. Let's open our project using Xcode. Wait a second. It should have an iOS directory. What's going on? They must have made changes to the structure of the iOS app, because there's no iOS directory in here. Let's restart Cloud Code and let's ask him. This should be a React Native project. Where is the iOS directory? Export command lets you quickly export a conversation for sharing. MCP. Resource link. MCP2 annotations. Expo manage workflow. I just need to check the iOS settings like project ID and other stuff. Secret key. Secret key used in Auth flow. Apple Auth secret key expire every 6 months. Otherwise, right. Let's check out the app JSON. I hope you guys are not hearing the construction sound. My neighbor is renovating. Okay, so let's do exactly that. There it is, iOS. So I'll specify the bundle identifier. Right, so I'll take this offline. need to come up with a secret. Your Apple developer account team ID. Yeah, so apparently I no longer have a paid account, a developer paid account, and I don't think I want to do one right now. What's this? What's the simplest authentication I can choose for my React Native app with the Supabase backend? What's the simplest authentication method I can choose for my app for this Supabase backend? Apple sign in seems difficult. I need a developer account, a paid developer account for it. Probably should have entered the plan mode. I hope it doesn't start implementing code or something. Email password, magic link, email base. Send login link to email, no passwords to remember, very user friendly, Google sign in. Free to implement, most users have Google accounts. No developer fees. Phone SMS. To switch to email password. Let's do magic link. I never use magic link. Right. So let's start by getting rid of all these changes except app.json. Yeah, we don't need all of this anymore. Right. Let's restart code. Let's implement a magic link authentication system. I think Supabase supports it. Do I need to add a magic link provider into Supabase? Wow, we have Web3 integration. We don't need Apple sign in anymore. I wonder when it's gonna notice my message. Yep. So between subtasks, it actually integrates the user's input. That's cool. We'll worry about the design later. Let's do the functionality first. Full stack login screen. How can I test the magic link functionality in an iOS simulator? You can open a new URL in the iOS simulator by executing the following command. Right, so I need the URL. Yeah, I can take the URL and... Interesting. Nice, nice. So yeah, it's been doing a lot of work. As we can see here. Handle deep links. And the login screen. Verify. Is verifying. What does it verify? So this is the intermediate screen when we're waiting for the deep link, the magic link. Settings, Apple user, some deletion. Auth, sign in with email. Yeah, let's instruct Cloud Code to use the MCP server for this change in users table. Let's use the MCP server for Supabase so we can make we can directly make the changes from the migration. So we can add the email authentication. Let's see if the MCP server is still working. Yep, this table seems to be working, so MCP is working. Alright, so now let's test it out and see if it's working. Get advisors. What is this? Advisory notices from Supabase project. Alright. Let's test it out then. I'll add my personal email address. It really looks like shit. We need to work on the UI. Alright, let's see if we received any emails. Supabase. So I need to copy this link. Right. I'll put it here for a second. And I need to run this one then. So we can open a new terminal window. And I'll just add the link. I don't think I need my schema. Although, let's try it without an app schema prefix first. So, let's see. Safari can't open the page because it couldn't connect to the server. Right. So it's trying to access localhost 300, right? That's the redirect. Oh, it couldn't access the local host. Localhost 3. Right. When I click on the magic link from the authentication email, it's trying to access localhost 3000 with an access token. So I think that fails. Safari says it can't reach it. Look at this wonderful application whisper. It perfectly understands my broken English. Right, the redirect URL is configuring. Look at the code. We set email redirect to my health auth verify. Okay. Where do I put this one? Email redirect to, he did it by himself, right? Custom just things to check. The user experience command issue with Supabase defaulting, yeah. Right, so we're modifying to include the redirect link, right? Alright, let's give it another try. Let's refresh the app. Let's send the magic link authentication request. Let's check our email. Right, I'll copy the address and I'll put it in the open URL. Yeah. But it's exactly the same. This won't work for sure. Redirect-URI for Supabase. So we need some authentication, some changes here. Let's see. Configure the redirect URLs in Supabase. Add this. Alright. Alright, let's give it another try. Again, let's send. This time the URL should look fine. The redirect URL. So, yeah, my health auth verify. Safari can't open the page because the address is invalid. This might be a simulator limitation. So you can also send images to, or you used to be able to send images. Still on. I still get the Safari cannot open the page because the address is invalid error in the iOS simulator. Right, so if I go to authentication, it detected my authentication. Do I need to, maybe I'll need to start a new clear cache and start the app from scratch maybe. Yeah, it's killed already. It's writing a lot of documentation, which is not a bad thing per se. Not another documentation. Test on physical device, connect your iPhone. All right, let's try it from the beginning, yeah? So, let's do npm start. Let's open the iOS app. Let's get another magic link. And let's copy the magic link from here. So xc run, xcode run simctl, open URL, booted. Same shit. Yeah, we need to test it on mobile. So let's do just that. I'm gonna kill this one. And I think I need to scan with my camera the QR code. Right. So you can see the, let me make this bigger. Alright. Right. Now I'll add my email address. And this time I'll go to my Gmail app on the phone. And I'll just press the latest link. It asks me which browser to use. Unfortunately, it doesn't detect my app. Let's use Chrome. This site is trying to open another application. Allow, yes. Something went wrong. Application couldn't be opened. I think it's because of the way Expo works. So I bet if I release the app, if I make a production version of the app, it will actually work. So I might do just that next. But I'll need a pause right now. We'll be going for 53 minutes. So let's stop it right here. And so we're back from outer space. Right, so when I've used my device, it seems to have caught some logs. So let's look for that specific one. Using Redirect-URI. So inside sign in with email. What about this other log? Parsed URL. Deep link received. Parsed URL. So host name is localhost URL, and the schema is exp. So the path is null. The URL, there's no URL. this is what I get when I test the app on my personal phone. So I think we need to make some modification in layout TSX. Yeah, it's problematic because we need a magic link token or something. So now it's creating some developer tools. What's going on? He really likes to create the documentation for everything that it does. Yeah, that's a bit too much, I think. Look at this. 5 different documentation files. Yeah, let's try it on the simulator first. Oh, so that's how Expo starts the app, it's not from my magic link. Run synctl open URL booted so weird. Redirect. Open Expo Go. Open. Could not connect to the server. Oh, but this time we have an access token, so that's good. Was a problem running the requested app. Yeah, because we have too many redirects in Supabase. So it knows it's an Expo app, but yeah. So it couldn't identify the Expo app. I think the Supabase redirect is not right. Context left until auto-compact. So the way Cloud Code works, when the conversation gets too large, the context window is too big, so it can't reason right. So it will make a summary of this conversation and the files in the project. So you need to compress the knowledge. But the best way is when you're done with one feature, you just start over with a new Cloud Code instance. Web-based redirect. Web URL as a redirect, have the web page automatically redirect to the app. What? No, stop creating so many guides. God damn it. I'll have to delete all of those. Anonymous. What is this? Test URLs. Yeah, we need to do a thorough review of all this code we've written down because it's getting pretty large. So using the correct EXP host anonymous. Really? Let's give it a try. Right, so we refresh the app. We produce a new magic link. What? If your standard magic link doesn't work, try the web redirect option. Okay. So this time is with localhost. I think that's the issue. I have too many redirect URLs in my booter. It's not booter, it's booted. Safari can open the page. Okay. Try different mail. Web redirect. Check your email. All right. Exit run sim ctl open URL booted. Same thing. All right, let's add this redirect and let's remove all the others. Remove. Right, so let's refresh the app. Let's send a magic link. I Let's copy the magic link. Let's send it to the phone. Xcode 1 simctl open URL booted. Open in Expo Go. Open. God damn it. The request for this experience was malformed. Include a runtime version of a list of SDK versions in your request, but not both. Can I copy this next? Yes, I can. In my Supabase settings, I've only added one redirect URL, which is the one that I'm pasting below, but it's still not working. There suggests there's an issue with the SDK version. Now, I think we need to do some recap on Expo app, redirect links, deep linking. Let's go read some documentation. Universal linking. Both Android and iOS implement their own system for routing web URLs to an app if the app is installed. On Android, the system is called app links or universal links. The prerequisite for both systems is that you have a web domain where you can host a file which verifies your control of the domain. If you're kidding me. iOS universal links. Linking to your app from other apps or websites. Deep links are links to a specific URL domain, content inside an app or a website. By clicking a product advertisement, your app will open the user device and they can view that product details. Right. I think we already have a scheme in our app JSON scheme my health. So I bet if we do a development build, instructions we already have an Expo project. The requirement for building the next file depends on which platform you are using. You are building for whether or not Expo Dev client. Let's ask Cloud Code to do it. Let's do a development build so we can test the magic links on. So I think the correct redirect link is EAS build platform IS npm error could not determine executable to run. Right. This is the correct URI. Yes, I'm not really familiar with the way Expo creates development builds. I used to do it the old way, using Xcode and stuff like that. But this should work. Apparently I need to log into Expo. Email and username. Do I need to have an account? Expo user account. Expo user account, credentials, authentication. Application services. Automate your developer release workflows. Create your first bill. If you already signed into an Expo account, you can check whether you're logged in by running ESWMI, configure the project. Log in into your Expo account. If you already signed into an Expo account, you can skip the steps. Configure the project. EAS sign up. Nope, that's not it. Expo. Create an account. All right, let's do that. What? Log in. Alright, so it seems I have a functioning Expo account. Let's try it in the terminal now. CLI version source is not set, but it will be required in the future. Yes, project for, yes. Linked development environments for the build. iOS app only uses standard exempt encryption. Yes. Gentlemen, necessary build credentials and fully validated, and this is optional. But without Apple account, you will need to provide all missing values manually. Do you want to log in? No, I don't want to log in. I said no. Device 6-digit code. Access forbidden. The request is forbidden. Currently don't have access to this membership resource. Contact your Teams account holder. Build command failed. What options do I have to make a dev iOS build with Expo without EAS? There is Expo pre-build and Xcode for local builds. Yeah, let's try this one. So, Expo pre-build. What do you mean Android package name? See any documentation files? Well, let's delete them. Right, so now we do have an iOS. Yep, So let's try to open with Xcode. Xcode. Okay. Open existing project. All right. Transcription session in the flow. So maybe let's install the app directly in here on the simulator, so we don't depend on the Expo Go app, so that we can start the app using a magic link. Let's let it finish processing the files. So this one right here is an iPhone SE. iPhone SE 3rd generation. 17.2. So this one. I'm gonna build on this one. And hopefully it works. Because I'm running out of things to try. But I should also try to link my iPhone to see if it works on my phone. Build succeeded. So the app has installed on the simulator. And let's do exactly the same. Why isn't it loading? Do I need to start the development server? No, it's inside here. Start the development server. All right. Right. So now maybe the magic linking will work. Let's see. We gotta send it to the simulator the same way. So we're gonna do xcode run simctl open URL booted. This time the redirect link is my health auth verify. Open. Yep, this time it worked. So it's processing session with token, session after magic link valid. Cool, finally. And we progressed to Gemini AI API key. Let's try it on my iPhone also. No, that's gonna be another time. Right, success. So it is working. Let's commit all this work and stop for now. Are you kidding me? Oh, 83 files? Right, because we have both iOS and Android. Let's get rid of the Android because we're only building for iOS. So this one, we're gonna delete all the files. And for iOS, yeah, we're gonna commit everything. What is this? API key. Oh, that's the functionality. Cut file. I'm just making sure there's no user identifiers in here, that you don't get my data or something. Info, please. Yeah, looks good enough. All right. Let's commit the whole thing. Let's commit and push all the stage changes. Yeah, I like to let the Cloud Code do the commit messages. Although it's a little bit verbose, I don't want to worry about messaging. Come on, man, I already staged everything for you. Cool. So you guys have all the data in there. You can take a look. As you can tell, I didn't use EAS, but yeah. All right.